All right, so now we've been able to log in the user. Now the next logical thing to do is to write the functionality to log out the user. So let's start by creating that route to log the user out. So I'm going to come to my user route, and then here I'll just duplicate one of these ones here like so. And what I'll just do is I'll just change the information here. So this time it's going to be a get request because we're not sending any data. We don't intend to send any data to this route. We're going to change the name of the route to logout, all small letter. And then this is also we're going to change this also to logout. Yeah. Okay. Now before we save this file, because we've not created this logout function, if we save this file, you're going to get an error. So let's come to our controller and create a controller function for logging out the user. So here I'll just say, let me add a comment here. I'll say logout user, and then I'm just going to create a controller function cf, and then it's going to be, I'll change the, okay, yeah, it has to be logout as well, logout. Aha. Now don't forget, we're going to wrap everything here with async handler. So let me just wrap it with parentheses first. So wrap it with parentheses and then just put async handler in the front. Aha, so that's it. Now I'll need to come and add it to our list of exports. So this is going to be log out, and then we can save. All right, now that we've saved this, we can now confidently come to our user route and first import the logout function. All right, so you see we've brought it in, and now we can save this file comfortably without having any error. Now just to be sure that we created this function correctly, let's return something here. So I'll just say response dot send, rather response dot send, and then I'll just send a text that log out user, and then I'll save that. Now let's come and test our functionality in Postman. I'll come here, I'll duplicate this login user, duplicate, and then I'll just change it to log out user, or maybe I should just say logout, so that it's a bit different from. So logout, create. Aha, so login user, then there's logout. Now don't forget that we need to modify some things here. So the first is this request type. So it's not a post request, it's a get request. So make sure you change that. Then the URL ends with logout. So that's it. Now let's go ahead and send, and just to make sure that we are on the right track. Aha, so you see we get a 200 okay response, and hala, so we get our text logout user. So what this means is that we've been able to successfully set up our route for the logout functionality. Now because it's such a very short functionality, I'll just do it in one swipe. Like there's no need to break this video into two. So I'll come here and let's just remove this guy. So if you look at our login functionality, the only reason why we're able to log in the user is because we are sending this cookie to the front end, and then we set the cookie date. We set the cookie to expire in 1 day. Now there are two ways we can log out the user. The first is we can just delete this cookie from the front end. That's one way. But another way is that we can just expire this cookie. So I think I'll just go with the second one, which is to expire the cookie. So let's just grab this piece of text, right? I'll just copy this guy here, and then I'll just scroll down to where we are in our logout functionality here, and I'll paste that in. Now we're going to make some modifications. So first off, response.cookie, and then we are saving it as token, right? But because we're not saving a new token per se, we're going to get rid of this token keyword and put an empty string there. So we're not saving anything. Rather, we want to modify what's already there, which is this token cookie that we saved, right? So what do I want to modify? Well, technically what I want to modify is the date. So instead of saying this 1 day, I'll just set it to the current second. So I'll just say 0. So what this means now is that it will expire that cookie in that we have there right away. Okay. Then lastly, we're just going to return something to the front end. So here I'm just going to say return and this is going to be response dot. First of all, we're going to add a status, and that status is going to be set to successful, so 200. Then I'll now send a message, so dot json. This json message, well, I'll just put it inside an object, and it's going to have a property name of message. So most times when I want to send a message to the front end, I give it a property name of message, and then I'll just say successfully logged out. Successfully, oh, that should be so successfully logged out. Simple as that. So that's it. Now let's go ahead and test this out. So I'll go ahead and save, and we can test this in Insomnia right away. So I'll come here, and where's Insomnia? Okay, and then I'll fire off this logout functionality. So remember, we have somebody logged in, and that is this user. You don't need this user here, so let me just even delete it. You don't need to have any inputs because we're not working with any inputs. We're just firing a function. So let's fire this off and see if it truly logs out the user. I'll send. Aha, so you see, message successfully logged out. So technically, that's how brief and easy it is for us to create the logout functionality in our application. Like I said, another thing you can do is to delete that cookie, but this one also works and it's fine. So let's just proceed to the next functionality. See you in the next one then.